Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham reaction for Match Day 23, Wrexham versus Swindon Town. Wrexham traveled down to the county ground and beat them 1-0 in the Boxing Day clash, something we needed to get done. Down to 10 men. JJ got sent off. McClean scores a goal, and that's why we have Dream McClean up top there in the thumbnail. And what a big win. Listen, we never do this easy, do we? We never, ever do it easy. And we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about McClean said after the game. We're going to talk about Parkinson, what he said. Going to get a little bit of news and notes, things in that. But yes, drop a like on the video, like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. And appreciate everyone that's coming on and supporting the channel. Thank you for coming on to watch along. It's been fantastic. But yes, today was a banger, of a game. And you know what? Sometimes, can it just be easy? Can we just win 3-4-0? No, we got to make it hard on ourselves. And that's what happens. And then Boxing Day today, we absolutely did that. And you know, that's the Wrexham way. And that was actually said by McClean. That's the Wrexham way. After today's results, so Stockport and Barrow drew 2-2. Stockport still top of the tree with 50 points. Wrexham's got 46 points in second place. We're clear second place. We won 3 on the bounce. We won 4 out of our last 5 matches with a draw in the middle there. Mansfield Town's in third. Barrow's back and forth. Notts County in fifth. And, you know, we're going into this weekend. We're going to play Walsall, who's 16th. And we will do that watch along. And we're going to do a preview for that. But right now, let's talk about how we won this match and why James McClean, the Dream McClean, is on the thumbnail there. I thought he was fantastic. We have apparently there is some kind of illness going through the camp, so they need to separate a few people. Mullen was on the bench because of that, so had to shift the lineup a little bit. So Anthony Ford started, and McClean was up front. On the back, you know, on the back left was Mendy. I thought played much better on the left side. So we had to make a few adjustments. And with the sending off of JJ getting that second yellow card, he's going to miss that next match against Walsall, which means that we're going to need some adjustments there. And I think I have an idea how we're going to do that, but this is just me, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But let's walk through it. Yeah, so a 10-man Wrexham battled to a 1-0 squeaky bum time win against a very, very gamey Swindon Town. They had players up front, Kemp and Young, and who's the other guy up there? Charlie Austin, who are very capable of scoring goals. This team ships goals and they score goals. Remember, last time we played them was in August 17th, 5-5 draw. So they ship goals and they can score goals, but not today because we held them off. And I got to say, for a team down in 13th place going into today's match, I thought they were great. I actually want to give them a lot of credit. I thought they came to play. They never gave up. And, you know, in front of 12,000, what was it? 12,000. Let me see here. Having to go through 12,271 fans today. Let me get this going back up. Yep. Don't want to see that. We want to see, no, there's Jimmy. Yeah, we want to see that. Yeah, here we go. It's fun of 12,271 fans and 1,435 traveling Wrexham fans. What a match to watch. It's very impressive. Parkinson talked about it, about, you know, having the fans behind them going in and feeling good. And after Christmas on Boxing Day was a really, really fantastic match. James Jones did start up front. I didn't see it coming. He's left-footed and right-footed. Trust in Parkinson. Yes, we can. I thought he played really well. And he's my man of the match because, you know, he's my man of the match for 2 reasons. And it's kind of a twofold here. He can play defense, which he did after we lost. We went down a man. JJ went out. He went back in defense, but he started up front, and he was coming off of Dalby, who's really good in the air, working off of him, and which led to the goal. Dalbs had a nice knockdown, and McClean came in with his left foot and put it in the back of the net. Great, that was really fantastic. Also in the second half, almost came out with his follow up second goal. Almost had a brace today. But you think about this: Parkinson's playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers. In this league, and he knows what's going on. He knows his team, and he's got to adjust and play. You know, to play the mold, play whatever else is going on. I thought he played. I thought he put putting McClean up front, knowing he can play that position, which he said in his match interview afterwards said he doesn't really feel comfortable there, but he has played there. But that's Parkinson knowing that, like, okay, McClean can handle it. He can go up front. and he can play play up front. And if we need to drop in the back, we need to drop him in the back. And I thought it is. Parkinson playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers. So well done. He's goddamn Skynet, for God's sakes. I mean, meaning McClean. He runs endlessly. He's fit as fries. He's 34 years old, I think he is. Yeah, he's 34 years old, and he's fit as fuck. Sorry, I'm not going to swear, but he's fit as fries. There we go. He's fit as fries, and the guy ran endlessly. He pressured up front, pressured the back line, pressured the keeper, and you got to give kudos to him. I thought he was class. It was really, really class. And I want to talk about the fact that, like, Moles is on the bench and he wasn't feeling well. And I'm partnered with Dalby going in there, not having that real understanding that McClean going up there was pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive. I thought the starting lineup was very interesting. Everyone came out and was like, "Oh, where's people going to play? Where's O'Connell? Is Max going to get a second starting role?" And he did. And I thought Max was fantastic. 21 years old, going in there, getting his chance last week when O'Connell on short notice went out. O'Connell still injured. I thought he played really well. Let me walk through the team a little bit. I'm going to give a little credit. All the credit. I'm going to give lots of credit to AO. Arthur Okonkwo is a real man. He going in there and he had a clean sheet, got some really fantastic saves. Rode our luck a little bit in some periods there. One went off the bar, but AO is fantastic. He's 22 years old, and if we don't find a way to sign him, we're going to be missing out, because I would anticipate, knock on wood. Where is the wood? Oh, it's right here. Knock on wood. We have a real possibility of going up. And I was on one of the spaces afterwards, Fearless in Devotion space on X, and talking about some of the defenders and the keepers and the people that are going to be they're out of contract. And AO is one of the guys we were speaking about that we need to do anything we can to sign. He's really, really good. Having a young talent like that could really push us forward going to League One. Not saying it's going to happen, but we have a really good opportunity. Another thing is with the back line. Let's move forward with that back line. Tozer is out of contract. Could give him another year. I think he's really good. He's having a really great season. O'Connor, to me, stash is fantastic. I really, really like him. I thought he played really well today. Really calm on the ball. Wins so many headers in the air for his size. So really, really impressed with Tom O'Connor. And like I said, Max playing out of his skin. So those three at the back line were really, really solid. Another clean sheet for AO in the back line. Have Ford came in, did a job. Mendy on that left, which I think is probably a better for him because he can cross the ball in. So I think it's a really, really impressive back line and back six, let's say, that back six. Now after we scored the goal, we did drop back a bit. And I thought that line was really communicated well. I think it's Tozer having that control back there. So fantastic to them. Definitely such a performance. The midfield was pretty fair today. Andy put himself about. Elliot Lee did run about. I like it. I like what he did. Had some opportunities to score some goals. Had a curler that just missed early in that first half. JJ had a decent game. Obviously, don't we need that? We want that back up there. Sorry, again, working without a net. Here we go. But it's not about that. It's about you lot and getting this out to you. So, yeah. I mean, so I thought JJ had a decent game up until the point where he got sent off. Wasn't spectacular. Obviously, him getting sent off does favor the point where it's like, well, shit, you got 2 yellow cards. It was a clumsy challenge. It could have been passed on. The ref could have let things go a little bit more. He did let a lot go. And Parkinson said in his interview afterwards, like, hey, let a lot of stuff go. Why not this one? And you can't do that. But it was just a clumsy challenge. So, unfortunately, JJ's going to be out, and that's going to make some decisions going forward, going into the Walsall game, the last game of the season, as we travel away to Walsall. So, and that is our last game of 23, which is pretty amazing. And then we have a game on the 1st against Barrow. Who would have thought Barrow is going to be a huge clash? Barrow are flying. Yes, they dropped points today to Stockport, but Barrow are Titty City at this point. So, but having JJ sent off does pose a problem because he's gone. And Gio is his last game. It's his third game out. So what I anticipate happening, and this is just me playing armchair here, I'd move O'Connor stash into the midfield, and I would drop Boyle into the back. That's what I would do. That's what I think might happen. Hopefully Moles is back. He had illness. I put Moles back up front. I drop O'Connor into the midfield. I think he's a great on the ball midfielder. And Boyle, yes, some say he's a bit slow, but he's a solid player. And I would rather have O'Connor in there than Davies or Young. My opinion. Yes, Davies wears the captain's armband, but O'Connor is so good on the ball. I think he can step on the ball, and I think he can control the midfield a little bit better than Davies and anyone else in there. So if you had Lee, Cannon, and O'Connor in the midfield, have Boyle in the back, Boyle, Tozer, and I keep Cleworth in there. I think he deserves his spot. And then I go Mendy and McClean at the back, and then up front, if Moles is recovering from his illness, Moles and go Dalby. Fletcher, yes, he went down today, but he stayed in, battled real hard. I thought I was really impressed that he stayed on. I would start Moles and Dalby up front. And that would be my starting 11 for the game against Walsall. And I think we need to keep pace. Sticking in second position after dropping points between Stockport and Barrow. I think it's very, very important. I think we can win. We can win. It's a winnable game. All these games are bogey games. We're going into this incredible part of the season. Yeah, the crazy time, but we can win this game. We can win 4 on the trot. We can do it. We've done it before. Nothing is easy, but we can do this. So let me go back to a little bit. I want to talk about what Phil said after the game. He said he was pleased to win. He said we thought we should have been out of sight. We did well to keep them in the game. I thought the keeper did. Sorry, they said the keeper did do well to keep them in the game, and he did. The keeper had a couple great saves. I thought he was fantastic at times for the keeper. I think it's Kemp. His name is, maybe it's Ward. No, it's Ward. Ward played well. Sending off, he said, makes it a little bit challenging. Is that a word? Challenging? No, made it very challenging. But yes, we can manage it. We have not dropped points when we've dropped down to 10 men, and the supporters, the traveling 1,400 supporters. He mentions this. Parkinson made a note to thank them, especially after Christmas on Boxing Day. He also went in to talk about the illness, the disruption in the camp between Moles and Bickerstaff, and apparently Fletcher wasn't feeling that well. So, they had to rely on the team, and they did. It was an adjustment, and the team did adjust. And this is great about Parkinson and what he's doing with this side is the fact that there's always obstacles, and we're able to meet those obstacles at the times we're needed to continue to move forward, which will get us to move forward through the league and to win the games we're not supposed to win. Because today easily could have been a 1-1 draw. Swindon Town were absolutely on us at times, especially to the end. I think it was 9 minutes of extra time. Easily could have given up a goal. Rode our luck. I think Khan put one wide at one point for them, number 8 that was, and it could have easily been 1-1, and it could have went a different way. But these are the games we win when we look back in May and April, and we're like, shoot, it's like that 1-0 win, McClean's goal, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Putting McClean up front, fantastic. So I'm just really impressed with this team. Parkinson went on to have another note here about Mendy. I think it was Hutton. He was guarding Hutton on that left side there. I think Hutton was going down. He's got the most crosses. I think he has 95 crosses, the most out of any team in League Two. So he gave special credit to Mendy, who was watching after the guy, I think it is Hutton, who put so many crosses in over the course of the year. And, really fantastic display. So JJ getting sent off, not great. Mentioned he's talking about the 4th official. This is Parkinson again. So it's a big 3 points against big 3 points, and we're going against Walsall. And we get some rest. They want to keep the team separate. Like I said, there is a bug going through, so they want to keep people separate. This is Parkinson again. So he expects a few setbacks. Maybe someone will get sick. Maybe they won't. But let's go into this match on the 29th and away. And that's going to be our last away game. And let's see what we can do. McClean talked about after the match a little bit. He said McClean said we should have wrapped the game up a little earlier. which, well, he's possibly right. Possibly right. They ran the risk of having our backs against the wall, but he's 3 points are on the board. They asked him about playing up front. The interviewer did, and he said it's not a natural position, but he has played there before. He enjoyed it. He said Dalby's good in the air. He tried to run off him a bit, which is what led to the goal. And he won his fair share of balls in here. Speaking of Dalby, and Dalby, so Dalby's good. Doesn't have a ton of pace. Dalby's very good. Johnny in the spot sometimes. That are what I have issue with, and I'm going to go back to what McClean was saying. I have issue with, in my opinion, this is me. I'm not the manager. Our strikers seem to back into the defenders really well. All the defenders are really touch tight. We're putting balls up top. And yes, no one is like pacey to run through. Mullen's probably obviously the paciest of our strikers, but we need someone in that midfield to keep the ball on the deck and not go over our midfield all the time to try to have a knockdown header, which again, I know it sounds like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here, but I don't want to continue to like hit and hope, knock down and go. I want to put the ball on the ground because games are going to get tougher. Yes, it's a 1-0 win. So when Gio gets back and it's Lee and Cannon, and maybe we get into the market for someone to keep the ball on the ground. But McClean talking about having Dalby win headers and knocking it down and getting goals. We cannot rely on the hit and hope. I want to get that ball on the ground. And we do get the ball on the ground. We are very, very effective. Elliot Lee's very good at cutting inside on his right foot and curling the ball in. He had a couple shots in today that could have done the keeper. And he did work the keeper a bit. So I want to get that ball on the ground a little bit. I don't know how that happens. But I think maybe the market will be able to do that for us. But that's something we need to look at. We can't rely on lobbing the ball up front, knocking the ball down, and having someone run off. Those are good tactics at times. And I'm not going to mess with Parkinson. We did get the 3 points, but I want to get that ball on the ground a little bit. So on that note, McClean went in after the sending off. He said he had to go to the back. He had to adjust his mindset, and they wanted to kill the game off. He said, this is, the character is in abundance, and Wrexham got the 3 points. And, we haven't lost points when we went down to 10 men. And fair point. To credit to him, we have not lost points. That's so good on them. And all credit to the traveling supporters you did mention too. Max Cleworth, my guy, Max Cleworth did really well today. The young 21-year-old who got his place kept, and I'm really proud of him. Not that I'm anyone, but he cares about me, but really proud that he kept his place. I think O'Connell is still out. I anticipate Cleworth to probably be in this next match as well. He said it was an interview after the match, end-to-end game. They had a few chances. They could have killed the game off, and they didn't. He thought they defended really well. Good flick by Dalby to finish off by Macca. So you mentioned the sickness, but Max coached really well, no excuses. But he said it's an unreal win on Boxing Day, and he credited the fans and supporters for traveling in numbers, 1,400 over 1,400 of them, and he could tell when their backs against the wall, they felt the commitment. So he could hear them singing them over the line, and they did. So it was a fantastic win. So let's talk about where we're at in the table now. And going into this game, we talked about it briefly against Walsall. Walsall are in 16th place, by the way. So they won today. I think they beat Crew 2-1. Is that right? Oh, no. I think they beat Crew 2-0 or 2-1. Where in my notes, I have it here somewhere. Sorry, I apologize. But they won today. Let me get it, actually. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be lazy. Let's do this. Sorry. Walsall beat Crew Alexander 2-0. Sorry, I apologize. Walsall beat Crew Alexander 2-0. So going into this match, it's going to be our 24th match going to this next one. We have a game in hand against Stockport. So Stockport at 50, top of the tree. We're at 46. Mansfield Town 45, Barrow 44, Notts County 39, Crew 37, MK Dons 36. So this Friday game's a later game for us here. So it'll be 11:45 kickoff for me. So that's a 7:45 kickoff for GMT for everyone else. So fun times, going to do that. That'll be great. What else do I got going on here? League 2 scores. Yep, that's all I had left. Okay, great. All right. So big win, Boxing Day. Fantastic. I'm really excited. Like, share, subscribe. Everyone's coming on and really having a great time on the watch alongs. I will do a preview and a Parkinson presser before our next match on the 29th if we have some quotes from Parkinson. But yes, really appreciate it. Thank you for everyone for joining the community. Fun times, really fun times. And shout out to everyone that's getting up early on their end too. So Boxing Day, 1-0 win against Swindon Town. Wrexham come out, down 10 men, and that's how we do it. So on that bombshell, I will see you guys soon. Thank you very much.